I just sit here and look at the splash screen of your dad from the WW game. I forget which one it is. And I just sit here and think of the your dads across the universe.
The countless your dads. Or is
Dragon's
it one and the
Dogma.
same?
I don't know. He could be a multiverse jumper, so
Yeah. With those
Yeah.
thighs, I wouldn't doubt it.
with his ability, just in general, being your dad, I would not doubt it.
Yeah. So what does your dad do when he's not fighting? Well, he likes to go fishing. And his favorite fishing game is Fishing Simulator 2 Sea Dream. As relicensed by My Play City from the original creators and authors here, Zukov Ivan, Makozhin Pavel, Dobovsky Dmitry and Rudenko Nick. I think the names are in the reverse order though for some reason. I mean it's pretty clearly Ivan Zhukov and Pavel Makozhin. Not. Why did they do that? Why did they put the family names first?
I don't know.
Huh. Anyway, My Play City is a terrible website, and they basically just relicensed the game, and they added this splash screen. This splash screen that has pretty much nothing to do with the game. And also, as you might already have noticed, copyright infringes by stealing Nemo from the hit DreamWorks film Finding Nemo.
Indeed. Right, shall we get this train wreck started?
Let's. We'll just push local game here, and here we are. Right, so you use the mouse to move and, more interestingly perhaps, rotate the rod.
Here,
All the-
you're just pulling it.
Whee! Right, so once you figured out roughly where you're aiming, you actually press this button down here,
Cast the line, huh?
and then the line goes out.
I'm not gonna lie, this honestly looks like something made in Unity.
And we hooked a fish, and then it hooked off. Yeah. So that's basically the entirety of the gameplay, right there.
Sploosh.
Also, due to there being physics, you can just pull your hook out of the water if you feel like it. Then spend the next half minute or so reeling in taut line.
Sploosh. I shall stop now. Yeah, this really is a fishing simulator.
It's every bit as boring as usual fishing.
Uh-huh.
Whee!
Now, don't get me wrong. On the rare occasion I fish, but that's pretty much a day I'm throwing out the window. I'm not
It's
going to
when
play
you
the
have
game.
nothing else to do.
Oh, believe me,
go
I've got plenty to
fishing.
do.
Yeah, and if you haven't already realized, the controls make this a very frustrating affair. Since you have to keep track of how exactly your rod is placed in comparison to the game world, but it's pretty hard.
I believe it.
Because if nothing else, you can barely see the rod against the water most of the time. And also when you try to move the rod, half of the time it starts rotating it instead. Why would you rotate your fishing rod in your hand?
Fuck off.
Well, clearly this pond is terrible. Let's check out the different locations. I know, let's go to the middle of the ocean.
Bloop.
This looks like graphical errors in an Unreal 1 engine game. What the hell?
Now, earlier the stream was commenting that we're fishing in a lake of mercury. This just looks like, you know, basic water texture that you can license out. Or, I guess in this case, steal.
Oh shit, shit, we got something. Get her done. Get her done. Oh, damn it.
Aww.
And this freaking music, god damn it.
I wish I could hear it. Actually, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me mute my mic and then turn up my speaker so I can hear this horrible abomination.
It's like the Terraria soundtrack if it was made by someone on calming medication.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not that bad, but yeah,
It's probably
something...
stolen as well, I suspect.
Oh, I believe it. I believe wholeheartedly it was stolen, but I'm just saying, it's not that bad. It's something I'd listen to go to sleep to.
I wish I could improve line tension somehow. But I am simply not pro enough.
You were doing it earlier from the looks of it, but...
Yeah, that was just by reading in the line, but apparently that was not enough that time.
Huh.
Usually, I can't even tell if my float is in the water or not most of the time. Also, who does it so that you have to hold down a mouse button to move the rod? I mean, come on, moving the rod is pretty much the only thing I have to do.
Wow,
Please,
really?
just let that be mouse controlled. Why do I have to hold down the left mouse button? I hate you.
Dare I ask how you reel in then, if not by clicking?
Hold down the right mouse button is all. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. And we...
A weak fish.
And the music switches up. The heck is a weakfish? From the weakfishes family? Or they just a family of really pathetic little fish that are just terrible in every way? Seriously, I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it home. Right, let's go to the shop. I have 18 points. The next level for upgrading anything is 54.
Looks like line, lure, and I have no idea what that bottom is.
It's a rod, line, and bait.
Oh, bait.
Of course.
How
Right.
silly of me.
So let's go somewhere else. We have 60 different landscape pictures to pick from. Oh, here we... The hell?
The fuck? Are we on another planet?
What are we going to catch here, I wonder?
Space fish.
Mermaids?
Oh god, no. Please no.
But if you eat their flesh, you become immortal.
Stupid legends.
It's not a legend, bro. It's real.
And I have a bridge to sell you.
As long as it's not in Paris, I already have most of them. Seriously, the thing is that if you're holding the right mouse button down to reel, you then can't press the left mouse button while you're doing that and move the rod. So I'm not entirely sure how they want me to... It feels as if I'm missing something, but then I realize that no, it's probably just that the fact that the game is not very well crafted.
Use a frog as bait. Put on your hazmat suit. Okay, before you cast your next line, I think Valley has finally gotten everything working.
Okay, then I'll just reel this one in and we'll bring it on. There we go. Well then, let me just pop open Skype over here and we'll see if someone has sent me a contact request. Oh, so look at that game vibrate. Holy shit.
Wow.
It reminds me of that wonderful bug when you try to play Way to Samurai 1 on a PS3. That is hilarious. Now then, let's see where my new friendly contact ended up sorted, if she will actually appear. Oh goodness. I'm going to add you to this conference call.
Hey, there we go. Is that working?
Yeah, that seems to be working. Hooray!
Perfect.
Let me lower the game even more because I'm already tired of the music. And it is loud. You have no idea how loud this game is. I'm down to 15% now.
Oh wow.
And it's still loud?
Yeah, I mean, it's still about as loud as you'd expect background music to be.
Wow. That's something.
That is something if it's that loud.
L-Store,
yeah,
it's
he claims
probably
that it's
best
pretty
that
low
it's
for
low.
stream, but yeah. There's really not that much music to actually listen to either, because it's not very good. Seriously, start your own favorite CD in the background instead. Make sure it's fishing related though.
Well, fishing sims, you've got to have that nice chill music.
And then it goes into action mode when you hook something. Like in the arcade fishing games. I love those when I was a kid. Oh, whoa, holy crap.
Did you get something?
No, but how viscous is this water? Look at those rings!
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ! This isn't water, is it? It honestly is mercury. No wonder the fish is weak. It is swimming through mercury, desperately trying to breathe, and it's just going, oh god, I'm so hungry, there's nothing else alive here. And then it just comes across an earthworm on a hook and it goes, you know what, fuck it, I'm going for it.
That's all I've got, man. That's all I've got. Gotta go for it.
I don't care if this kills me, man, it's food.
Yeah, where are we that we've got green skies? Are we on Venus or something?
Very good question. And also, once it goes into overstretch or whatever, I honestly have no idea how to help that, because there's no button to, you know, let the line go.
There's no button to let slacken in a fishing sim.
Nope.
That's the sign of quality right there.
I suspect that the character we're playing is just very, very determined to not give the fish any slack whatsoever.
Overflight would like to know, is there a lava level?
Well, let's go have a look, shall we? And now we're on Naboo. Let's see if we can fish up Jar Jar Binks. If I can hook a Gungan, I'll be rich.
Fuck.
I also like that despite the fact that this planet clearly has no atmosphere, seeing as you can, you know, see straight through to another planet, there are still clouds.
Yeah, we didn't cover that in my astronomy class in college, so I have no idea what's going on there.
This game.
This game is the greatest game. And just hook on. Seriously, is this like some sort of strange fishing RPG in that my rod and line is simply not good enough to fish certain fish, but they still bite? I bet that is it, actually.
I have no idea, to be
So
honest.
no matter what I do, there are fish here that I literally cannot pull up, but they will still bite.
Because they live in Mercury and they need the food.
Oh, never mind. I'm seeing things in the water.
Are you seeing like those things to the right of the sun reflection?
Yeah, those like two things. I can't tell if they're fish or stars in the sky. They might be the stars.
Yeah, they might-
Haha! Wait a minute!
What is it, weakfish again?
How the hell can I fish up a European chub when we're on Naboo?
Oh.
Is this a fish plantation or something?
People were thinking it was a like a space colony or something.
Oh, Lavender G brings up. Okay, that makes sense. We're on Europa, the moon. Oh, mystery solved.
Yep.
Thank you, Overflight. You solved the mystery.
Let's see, and then we can go fishing in the Rockies.
What? What?
Apparently we have now entered the painted world of Aramis. Huh. And goodness gracious, someone else wants to be added to my Skype list. I have no idea what this is.
There was someone else
Deny.
earlier in the chat. It was. Let's see if I can find it.
Let's try and bring him in on the call and see what happens.
All right.
That's how I do it.
We'll figure it out as we go.
It was Chels.
Yeah, let's see. Jeez. Wonder what they appeared under. There you are. Oh yeah, now I remember what this reminds me of. It's the Painted World quest in Oblivion.
Yeah, I can see that, definitely.
There will be paint trolls coming out of the forest soon. We have to hurry up and fish.
Well, if it's the painted world from Dark Souls, then we've got to worry about the abomination. So, I don't know. We've got lots of things to be worrying about here.
Well, Geist Heller was saying fish Priscilla. So, there's that.
What sort of bait did you use for a half-dragon anyway?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Wow.
What'd you get?
This guy is even worse than the weak fish.
How?
He is worth
Oh, it's-
less points than a weak fish.
It's a
Bitterling, I feel sorry for you. I'm just going to free you, I think. The question is, does that mean that I don't get the points?
It's only 2 points. So, you know.
But points!
What was that joke in Animal Crossing. You caught a bitterling. I hope it's not too bitter.
I think that was one of them, because the thing is, in every iteration, they tend to change up the joke a little bit. The sea bass is about the only one. No, even that got changed.
Get the hens, fish.
But yeah, every fish got a changed
A
text.
Carasius. I've actually caught one of these in real life once.
Oh, nice.
I let it go then, but I'm not letting you go this time.
It's a guppy kind of thing.
Right, so
11 centimeters. Like that big.
Yes. Hold it.
What?
Take a look to the left here. That is clearly grass.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that
Why
is.
are there small icebergs floating in what looks like a river?
I think we're still going to go off the theory that this is not these are not real places. These are habitats or space.
Maybe we're in Glacier Bay? Alaska? Maybe?
Maybe. I guess it could be AstroTurf.
Or, as Overflight says, this is the Hawaii stage from SSX Tricky.
There you go. I think I've figured out how this works now, at least.
Oh, that's good.
Once you hook, the left button no longer controls the rod per se. It does everything at once except reel in the line.
So you need to kind of feather the right button and then use the left for something else.
Yep. I don't even know what yours supposed to be, but I'll throw you on the grill too.
A NAS.
Let's see, what else did it go off to?
Yeah, it's 109 gram.
It's a tiny fish.
And Kalsko bats it out of the park with a nice catch.
Oh.
Very good.
And the stream is over. Anyway,
Thank you.
Thank
Ruined
you.
it
Good
for
night.
everyone.
Make sure you tip your waiters.
try the veal. No, seriously. I was the one that brought it here. They pay me a percentage. Let's see what we can find in this painting.
Yeah, someone was saying earlier that we were in a Bob Ross. No, this is a Bob Ross painting.
Yeah, this is quite the Bob Rossi world here. I wonder if we'll just pull up an afro out of the water. That would be terrifying.
Yeah,
that would make this game good.
Oh hey, a Crucian carp.
Ooh.
Well, this is actually a fish. Look at this. 828 grams.
20 centimeters.
Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Sorry, Skype decided to be a huge bug for me. So I'm in.
There we go. Chelsea has joined us. Good times. So tell us, what do you know about fishing?
Very little. Mostly what I just read off Wikipedia. And from my nerd friend. She knows a lot about fish and animals in general. I bet she could tell me a lot about the fish you've caught already.
Call her up on Kodak. Let her explain the fish we caught.
I want to know what the hell's a weakfish.
What kind of fish?
How does it taste? Like fish, Snake. Oh, I like fish. But if we learned one thing from Big Boss is that he only likes that smooth bit on the bottom of the stomach, and he doesn't really eat anything else. Because whenever you eat fish in MDS3, he just munches down on the belly of the fish, and then he just throws the rest away.
The belly of the fish is the best bit.
I'm not too sure about that, but who am I to argue with the experts? Oh.
I'm gonna say
Line
no, and I had a
break.
terrible experience with a fish belly, so
Hit enter to continue with line break. And oh no, wait, holy shit, you actually have to repair your line.
Wow, really?
Ah, there we go. It's
Oh.
fixed.
Domus, I think the fatty part of the tuna might be in the face. I seem to remember that that's where the really good parts of tuna are.
That's why you put tuna heads on pizza. Actually don't. It was a terrible idea when the Gaku no Tsukai did it. And you shouldn't do it either.
Fish is nasty. Moving on.
At least they fixed the line for free instead of charging you some small amount of points.
I think that as it increases its level, you probably have to pay points. It wouldn't surprise me.
Ew.
Let's see what we'll bring up this time. Now that I have the power rod.
Well, you have decent lines. It won't break easy.
I'm battling this fish.
Wow, he is not making
He's
it
not
easy.
in the mood, jeez. Hooray, and it was a... Look at that, an actual honest-to-God fish. 3.6 kilograms. Not
Wow.
bad. Especially since it's only 35 centimeters. Wow, you're a fat little fish, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a decent
who's
size
a
guy.
fat
he
little
prefers
burbot. You're a fat
muscular.
little
Thank you very
burbot.
much.
Oh right, sorry. BMI is a lie, etc.
Really a tough fish.
Yeah. This is one burbot you don't mess with.
Stop that.
You know, if that weight is all muscle, I think you better let it go, otherwise it might punch you in the face and then escape or something.
You try to take it off the hook and it just smacks you over the face, then it grabs the hook and sinks it into your lip. How do you like that piercing, asshole?
Oh, that just sounds painful.
I'm the king of this river, baby. See, I don't think... Nope. No fish. Let's keep going. Whoa, wait, what? And now we are fishing in a flooded medieval town.
So we're in Venice.
Welcome to Venice.
But it's clearly not. It's freaking cross timber here. We have to be in England or something.
So we're
in
just
London?
on a floodplain is all. It flooded.
Come back later, I think a pipe burst. Somewhere.
You wake up in the morning. It's fishing day, and you go out and you're, oh no! It looks like the pipes burst again, and the entire town is underwater. Oh jeez. Oh well, I'll just fish from my veranda.
What if you're
Gotta
just
be.
like a time-traveling fisherman? Time-traveling, dimension-hopping fisherman. And the townspeople wake up to find the streets completely flooded and some strange middle-aged man fishing with a colorful lead. Just out of nowhere.
Then you realize that it's your dad doing the fishing, and that's exactly why no one messes with him.
That's precisely it.
They just step back and go, you know what? Yes, fine. I'll take this water damage as long as you don't hurt me. Also, wow, a 1 point Bitterling. You poor pathetic little thing.
Just throw him back at that house.
Yeah,
so you can
I would-
slap him and
yeah.
move on.
Just go back to the house, Bitterling. Just go.
Splat.
Get bigger.
I mean, that's a bait fish. I mean, that's not even a food fish. That's something you'd put back on the hook and fish for bigger fish with.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh goodness. Alright, fishing story time. Did you know that as a young man I went marlin and shark fishing? That was sort of fun.
Really?
Nice.
It was sort of silly too, because... Oh goodness, that was an interesting noise. Because since I was basically still a kid, the idea was that we children were supposed to use one kind of bait and catch these really, really small marlin, while the macho grown-ups would be fishing for shark. Now, we were out there for the better part of 3 hours. I caught 3 fish. And no one else caught anything.
Nice.
And these poor big old macho men with their girlfriends and fiancés along, of course, were getting a bit agitated because, you know, it cost a pretty penny to get on that boat and go out shark fishing.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But in the end they finally managed to nab one, and the guy who actually got it on the hook was such a terrible fisherman that the guy who in charge of the boat actually had to take over the rod and bring it up.
Amazing.
That I definitely
Even when he
believe.
caught it, he was still somehow emasculated. It ain't easy. And to add further insult to injury, as it turned out, in the nation in question, it was actually illegal to bring caught fish back home if you weren't a professional. So the owner of the boat said, well, I'll be taking this shark then. And he just put it on ice. And it turns out that apparently he sells all the fish that the people that chartered the boat catch to the local restaurants.
Hey, whatever makes money.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is a racket and a half. You pay people to fish for you, and whatever they pull up, you sell.
Yeah. Wow. I was gonna ask if you threw the shark back, but obviously not.
Nope.
That's like using someone else's mouth to eat with, as Jonas points out. You got a fighter here.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, apparently, the closer the fish is, the more tension it builds up.
Oh yeah, you don't have as much playroom, I guess you
Yeah,
could
and
say.
I have really short arms and no nets. Your dad's gigantic
I don't think you have
biceps
any
are in the
arms
way,
at all.
basically. He can't quite get at. Oh, look at
His
that.
super muscular belly is just getting in the way.
Actually, there was a theory in the chat earlier that it's not your dad who's actually fishing, it's your kid, and your dad is just overseeing this all.
He's just yelling at the back of her head all the time.
Well, the
Your
reason
kid
it's...
like it because I don't see any arms.
That is true,
She's
actually.
She's
Yeah.
tiny.
Like the
That's
prince?
why.
Not quite that tiny, but pretty tiny. And yeah, guys brings up a good point. Your dad probably just uses his hands to fish. He just strikes the water and it destroys the surface tension, and all the fish just fly up, and then he grabs them out of the air if he likes one.
Uh-huh.
I think I saw that
Fish
in
just
an anime
willingly
once.
give themselves to your dad. They know he's too good.
Your dad
He
doesn't
just hops
fish,
into his boat.
he kills. Goodness. Let's see where else we can go off to. I mean, we have the sunken city and... Oh, hey, wait a minute, I recognize this castle.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Are
let's
we
go
in
over
the
here.
castle?
Here we go. This is pretty nice, isn't it?
Someone asked if you've ever played the fishing minigame in Yakuza 3.
That I have. I have played the fishing minigames in all the Yakuza games. Of course, I am a huge Yakuza fan.
Oh god.
Oh God, beware the French knights. They will fight in your general direction.
That's perfectly fine, because there is a theory that methane in the water actually attracts fish.
So get those Frenchmen in right now.
Put your butts in the water, gentlemen, and start the bubble bath. We're going fishing.
Why does the ripple start up over there? Is someone coming up?
It
Slowly
might
but
have-
surely, someone emerges from the water.
might have been
Snatches the fish from you and runs away. The fish thief.
Son of a bitch. If that was a thing, I would be very annoyed. Alright, look at that. We have a rank 3 rod and a rank 2 line. Wow, we are getting up there. We are perhaps the best fishermen in this game ever.
Across all the dimensions.
Wait a minute. This can't be legal. This is not legal.
Well, if you travel across enough plains, you might be able to find a coelacanth. That could be worth a lot.
Is that the Golden Gate or just some suspension bridge I'm unaware of?
It's just a red suspension bridge, yeah.
Okay.
The imitation. No, unlike the real one, this one's just a model, a bit smaller.
And interestingly enough, there are actually tons of those, because the Golden Gate Bridge is so famous that people thought it was fashionable to make red suspension bridges for a while.
It was a fad.
I can't help but think the perspective on that is kind of off. The mountains are a bit big. Or the gate, the bridge is a bit big. For where it's supposed to be, I mean.
Well, the water isn't right on the image either, it's just like superimposed.
Yeah, actually, the most interesting thing you can notice is that there is actually curvature of the Earth here. So apparently we are on a planetoid that has a circumference of approximately 10 miles.
I actually like that they took the time to make reflections in the water but not pick a good font.
Well, you know, water reflection, that's important. It adds realism when you're sitting on a tiny planetoid fishing underneath a bridge.
This river probably goes all the way around, and this is the only bridge that goes across.
This is more like it. This is more like it. Now I'm home in Sweden. This is the sort of lake I'm used to fishing in.
With sunsets?
Well, you know, sunrise or sunset is basically the same thing around here in the winter. The sun breaches the horizon just a little bit, it goes, yeah, and then it goes back down.
Yeah, I always feel bad about complaining about the cold when I'm like running and stuff, and I'm like, well, you're in Sweden, you've got it 1,000 times worse.
I walked to the gym.
The ripples are extending to the grass fields.
It's the power of the ripple.
Stop, what are you doing? The tsunamis, they've hit.
If a tsunami hit Sweden, jeez, I wonder what would actually happen, honestly.
Would you guys just be flooded? Like the entire country?
Well, I think that the coastal cities would be flooded, but then it would get like 200 yards inland, and then our hills and mountains would just go, no.
And just break it?
Nope. I live on a mountain anyway, so I would be fine.
If it hit me, I think the entire population would be gone, including the island. Just 4 million people in Singapore gone.
I have family in Singapore, actually.
Ooh.
Distant family, though.
Yeah, my dad has groups out there. He works for one of the big tech companies, so he's been to Singapore a few times.
Ooh. I always think I'm so detached out here on this little island, but I guess I'm not.
From an international business perspective, you're certainly not.
This lake clearly does not like me.
Giving you nothing but small fish.
This, though.
Well, they're
This is
also
more
the
like
Viking fish, so you have to really battle these fish.
Stay clear of the horns.
The more surreal the landscape is, the better the fish.
But as we all know, Vikings did in fact not have horns on their helmets, because having a big old thing on your helmet that directs swords onto the top of your skull is a really bad idea.
I can believe the skull caps and some of the other portrayed helmets, but not any of the flared ones.
Nope.
Just too impractical.
So how many stars is that? I didn't catch it.
2.
0?
2 points. What is the point of fish of that level anyway? Seriously. What sort of bait am I using anyway that I can grab something that's either 4 kilograms or 100 grams?
Doesn't say what you really
I think they're just fucking with you right now. Someone out there is just releasing random fish into random ponds and making you go around and catch them.
At the same time, I'm half willing to believe that changing lakes does nothing except change the background.
That is most likely 100% true. It's completely cosmetic. It has no effect on what fish you pull up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that would actually require, you know, programming and databases and stuff. Screw that noise. Wow, 6 grams! You poor
What?
tiny little thing!
It's a
Wow.
whopping
Why
1
are
point,
you
isn't
worth
it?
10 points if you weigh
What?
6 grams?
It's got a funny name. I'm gonna give you points for it.
So that's what the points are based on, the silliness of the name. There you go. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Someone did the Photoshop Planets tutorial.
Uh-oh.
I think we just reached the end of the Milky Way. Turn back, turn back.
Okay, let's
Edgy.
Went too
let's
far.
cast into the darkness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this has got to be the...
There we go, now it's
universe.
off screen, that's good.
Someone watched a spray artist and said, "Wow, this shit is really cool."
No, I
need to put
don't
this in my
know.
game.
These environments are like really good for fishing simulator, for especially since this game is apparently marketed to people who have never taken a step outside in their lives.
Very true. This is what they mean with the Sea of Stars, bro. No, seriously, I go fishing there all the time.
The background ripples. You really are at the edge of time.
Come on. Oh, oh,
Okay, but for real, these are like really nice shading effects on the water. Just,
and in the Sea of Stars, you will catch a tench.
A what?
A tench.
it's a fish. 294 grams.
Well, obviously it's a fish.
Look
but
at
no one
his
else knows.
face, seriously. He is so cross with me.
Put me back right now, motherfucker. Put me back now.
Shit, son. Okay, okay. Jeez. I don't want no trouble.
I really am buying the theory, though, that the sillier the name, the more points, because that was a 15-point fish.
It's
Not that
a
big,
tench.
but its name
Here's
was
another one that
Tench.
is just water, and another one that is just water, but a slightly different time of day. Also nothing but water, but with clouds.
So we're in the open ocean at various points in time.
Yeah, suddenly it got really boring. Oh wait, here we go. Nice, look at that, that's moody. The atmosphere has disappeared.
Because that's nothing but space in the background.
The last few minutes before we suffocate to death, we shall fish.
This actually kind of scares me.
Don't worry, we have a spacesuit on. I'm
that, we're
space
We're
fishing.
your dad.
He just holds his breath. Maybe that's why he's catching the fish, so he can suck the oxygen out of its air bladder so that he can survive. Right, the sardine is apparently from the alewives family.
Dead alewives? What?
There's a part-time job at the bar under the sea.
Yeah,
It's kind of a hard
suppose.
life.
Especially when you don't have any hands.
They keep
Have you-
screaming, "More wench, more ale, wench," and he just can't deliver.
And he looks like he is, it's Tench, damn it, Tench! Not wench, Tench, jeez. Oh hey, here's an option. Wait, what? Game speed. Okay, this I have to try.
I think it's at max.
Let's lower it to the
This is the
minimum.
fastest you can catch fish.
Let's see.
You have to speed it up even further and catch all the fish in the least amount of time. Speed run it. Speed run the game.
It doesn't actually change the pace at which you reel in, and it doesn't change the speed of the water, so I suspect that all it does is reduce the likelihood of a hit.
Possibly. But hey, I did notice there was a volume control in the game.
Not that you need it. I don't think any music's playing, is it?
I
It
would
comes
know.
and goes. And then, of course, as Overlight mentions, why are there bird noises in space? Whoa!
Space birds.
Look at that!
Wow.
A 4-star sardine! Nice! 40 points. Hey, I'm kind of getting up
we
there.
can
Look at that!
just-
Look at all these upgrades. It's like I'm a real fisherman. Or, well, not really. Yeah. Let's check our statistics before we quit this game, because seriously.
Alright.
Right, let's see. Our best fish was roughly 1 kilograms and so on. Total fish is 13, total points 264. Total weight almost 10 kilograms. That's not bad for 40 minutes. If you could pull that off in real life, you'd be a hero.
Yeah. I'm sure some people would actually enjoy catching 10 kilograms in about an hour.
Bring it all home and grill it.
I wonder what the 10-star fish is like, though.
You probably need a lot better bait and higher line and or
Yeah.
rods for it.
Actually, that's a good thing that you mentioned, that we have actually upgraded our bait, so let's see if we can actually catch a better fish with that.
A 10-star fish is a goldfish.
We'll
It's
go...
really hard to catch because it's gold.
Yeah, it's
Pure
pretty heavy. It's
gold.
pretty heavy, you see.
It's a dire goldfish.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
It's like a Magikarp that is one level away from evolving into Gyarados.
Non sequitur here, Arthur. There was something you wanted to talk about earlier. That you were
Right,
gonna hold off for the
right.
stream itself.
Yeah, let me just recap for the stream viewers here that in the preparatory phase here, Ben and I were talking about Willy Wonka for whatever reason, and I mentioned the fact that the Oompa Loompas in the original book are quite a bit more racist than the happy orange people that we get in the movie. And then I made note of another piece of trivia, that Roald Dahl's father only had one arm. And I noted that he was not born with one arm, but actually lost it at a young age. Oh, hello, this was a nice fish. And Ben was sort of curious, then how did he lose it? Was it a terrible accident or something? And I said, well, it's actually quite a bit worse than that. So allow me to tell the story about how Roald Dahl's father lost his arm.
Okay.
You see, Mr. Dahl's father, well, Mr. Dahl's grandfather, I suppose we should say, was not at home at the time. And Roald Dahl's father had decided to climb up on the roof of their home in order to make some basic repairs. Was it his...
this can only end in tears.
Was it really his
Sorry.
uncle? Was it really his uncle, Domus? I am pretty sure it was his father, actually. Someone wiki that shit right now, so I'm not
Alright, hold
mistelling
on.
the story, because that would be embarrassing. In any case, I can continue it in the meantime. as things tend to go, he falls off the roof and breaks his arm pretty bad. And since this was back in the good old days where there was no such thing as a hospital, or well, there were hospitals, but they were in the capital cities, and they did not live anywhere near one.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Yep, so it was his dad. Thank goodness. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Any case, his father had completely horribly broken arms, screaming, yelling, and they decide, you know what, we're going to have to bring a doctor because this is pretty bad. So they go to call on the doctor, but the doctor, since it's Saturday, is drunk and at home. And he says, I'm not going out there because I am having my free day and I am drunk, so screw your shit. So they went back to the boy with the broken arm and said, well, the doctor won't be coming because he is drunk and he doesn't want to. Deal with it. Tough it out. But the boy's mother was somewhat angered by this and went off herself to fetch the doctor, who basically went, geez, okay, stupid women, fine, whatever. So the doctor arrived, drunk as a skunk, looked at the boy and went, well, clearly this is nothing but a dislocated shoulder. So they went off to the neighboring farm. I have no idea what that noise was.
Oh, sorry, that's fine.
Went off to the nearby farm and no, they went and borrowed the help of 2 farmhands from the neighboring farm. And in order to, relocate the shoulder, one held on to the boy's torso while the other pulled on the arm as hard as he could.
Oh.
Why do I have a feeling it's just gonna rip the arm off?
Okay, stop there. Oh.
He has to finish the story.
Yeah, well, after roughly 20 to 30 seconds of your horrifying screams, the mother, constantly screaming at the doctor, managed to convince him to admit that, okay, maybe it isn't a dislocated shoulder, jeez. But by that time it was too late. And seeing as he now basically had nothing left of the inside of his arm but horrible wounds caused by broken and splintered bones, they just had to cut it off. Now, according to Roald Dahl himself, his father never actually complained all that much. He said that the only thing he missed was the ability to hit the head of an egg. Because that is very hard to do if you only have one arm, because normally you would hold on to the egg and, scoop off the head with your other arm, but if you only have one arm, that is really tricky.
You need one of those fancy egg holders, which they probably didn't have back then.
Well, at least he was positive about it.
Yeah, I mean, he had a decent enough job, he married a nice woman, and his son went on to become a famous writer, so I mean, it's not like it impacted his life all that negatively.
Yeah, one of the sites I was looking at said he was a wood carver, so obviously he did okay.
The one-armed woodcarver. He's a bit slower than most, but damn is he good.
Catching golden fish with worms, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
I'm still more confused by the huge ripples some of these fish make.
Well, obviously there is no such thing as water tension, so...
Do you see why that? Do you see how the bulb is actually glowing underwater? They're going Super Saiyan under there and you don't know.
Yeah, shit, the fish is powering up! You
Cut it off
kids,
before
what
it
does the
yells for 10
scout
more
say about the fish power level? It's almost 1!
Good try, kid.
Yeah, because they are fish, you see, so their power level would be very low. I bet they can't even use the Kikoken.
That's sort of adorable. And sad.
Yeah, we should be... Actually, speaking of Dragon Ball references, we have to remind ourselves that the first thing to die in the original Dragon Ball manga is a giant goldfish.
That big ripple was laughing at you. There was a fish laughing at you. You missed.
I'll get you yet. That ripple is emanating from a stone. That's... I'm not sure if I can accept that. I suppose it was a rockfish.
Oh.
From the weakfish family.
Hey, don't mess with rocks. Rocks are hardcore. There are rock dragons and stuff. I think that one hunter in the stream chat will know what I'm talking about.
When I look at this poor fish and its face, I just can't take it. I feel so bad for it.
Wait. Isn't that just a tanged but rotated and color swapped?
What, are you saying that all fish look the same?
Are you fish racist?
You speciesists. But right, anyway, as Ellisor makes note, we are going to stop fishing in just a bit and move on to the game that we are actually supposed to be playing.
Yay.
And I'm sorry to say, but Ben will be leaving us when we do so, because he has a prior appointment. But on the bright side, we are bringing in Samurai Fuchs to fill his spot.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
Stream favorite Fuchs. Now that is a man who's like fish in the water when it comes to LP. Oh hello, look at that, we finally caught a perch. Finally, something edible.
Huzzah! It's probably not 16 centimeters. That's not too bad.
24 points.
That's what, a small meal.
Adequate. And we can upgrade rate.
Just right now.
Let's try just one cast with a level 3 bait. I want to see if we can suddenly just grab a tuna out of this lake.
Oh god, he's hooked.
Oh, hooked indeed. Ouch.
Okay, I think it's time to put down the simulator.
He has to see if he can't catch one last thing. Give him that, and then we'll...
Just one last fish.
One more fish, I swear, and I'll stop.
Speaking of simulators though, I want to bring up that Giant Bomb finally got around to making a quick look of Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Uh-oh.
And as we all know, they like to make fun of simulators and make fun of the people playing them and go, ha ha ha, who would even do this? Guess how long that quick look is?
40 minutes?
10 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours.
It's one of the longest quick looks ever. So it just goes to show, Euro Truck 2, that shit is good, son.
Well, that is 2 hours out of infinity hours, so still pretty quick a look, I guess.
I suppose. When compared to the finality of space-time and so on, 2 hours really isn't that much. But it means a lot to me.
Means a lot to the simulation community.
Exactly. No longer will they have to feel embarrassed about loving games that are terrible. See, let's up the game speed a bit. I still have no idea what the game speed actually changes. What does the game speed actually change? I have no idea.
They are now darting about underwater much more quickly. Hell, if you cast your rod right now, I bet you hook something by accident.
I have actually caught a fish once by hooking its dorsal fin with the hook.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah, I felt sort of bad for it when I basically dragged it out of the water and wait a minute, you didn't bite that at all.
This doesn't feel right.
It really didn't, actually. I felt sort of bad for him. Okay, a 6-gram fish worth 20 points. That's a good place to stop, I think.
Yeah.
Alright. And with
But
that,
how?
we're done.
It's like the size of my thumb.
See you.
See you later, fish.
I don't know, 7 centimeters. That's probably about my hand size. I've got tiny hands though, so.
Well, in any case,
Why
if
is
anyone
Nemo
who's
on the
watching,
cover of this?
if anyone who's watching wants to play Fishing Simulator 2, it is available for free on My Play City. Download and play free games. Also, press the help button and receive no help.
See, I had to do a hard restart off my computer, so I completely missed the opening of this. So I missed that we had Nemo as our
The
escort.
copyright infringement.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Is it?
The 2 in the title is also just
Yeah,
a
that was-
props
okay,
Nemo.
that was,
Yep. Yep. And here's just one more thing I have to note that was sort of hilarious. New game. Yellow text, white text. You really want to delete? Empty space. Taken points. Empty space. New game actually means reset your save. And local game means continue.
Yeah.
So never press
it-
new game. Never ever ever touch new game.
I assumed for a minute there might be multiplayer, but then multiplayer fishing. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? All hooked into the same fish and pulling at the same time.
That would be the thing. That's how you get the 10-star fish. It's like an MMORPG boss battle. You have to build up a fishing party with various skills, and then you hook them all at the same time.
You didn't prop your rod. Get out.
What sort of a build is that? Are you stupid or something? You can't go all bait.
God, we were going for pearls. Stop it.
Fishing Simulator 3. The MMO. Coming soon.
Coming never, please.
Coming never. Right. Any case, thanks for watching this, well, really delayed pre-stream. We will be back with the horror game of the evening in just a bit.